Welcome back to Great Day. The New England Journal of Medicine is reporting on a new drug that is helping bone to actually grow, and that could mean great things for people with osteoporosis. Joining me with more on how to avoid or manage this disease, welcome pharmacist Gina Eubank from HEB Pharmacy. Hi. Osteoporosis for such a long time has just been a fact of life for a lot of women, and unchecked or not doing anything about it, we're going to ask all the women in the audience to stand up. And Gina, the statistics of women who will have to deal with osteoporosis are what?
1 in 3.
All right, we want 1 in 3 of you to sit down. Okay, so basically that's what it means, and there are several of you obviously still standing. 1 in 3 is a big number. You all can sit down now. Thank you.
It's a huge number, and it's the scary part about this disease is there's not any symptoms of it.
Yeah.
So you don't realize that you have it, and so you have to do prevention.
Yeah. Is it that more people are getting it, or is that we're living longer to see more cases?
Well, there's numerous factors that are contributing to it. We are living longer, but the onset, it's usually around menopause is when it occurs, and people, we're on medications now, and some of the medications will lead to where you increases your risk factors, like if you're on steroids, Prilosec, you know, what's over the counter. How many people do you know out there, audience, how many people do you know out there that have acid reflux? And yeah,
almost everybody. Yeah,
exactly. And that decreases your level of vitamin D.
Yeah, tobacco, alcohol, a high protein diet, soft drinks.
Yes, all of those things. And this is an interesting factor because they talk about that you're only allowed 3 units of alcohol a day.
And what is that? I don't know what 3 units is.
Exactly. And you know, 1 unit.
So 3 bottles?
Right, exactly.
What are we saying here?
And 1 unit is 1 beer. And a mixed drink, 1.5 ounces. But when it comes to wine, you know, we live in Texas, okay? So what do you guys think a unit of wine would be? How many ounces?
2.
A bottle? So I heard a bottle out there.
I heard somebody say 2 ounces. That's just a taste.
Oh, okay. Well, here's like a typical glass in a restaurant.
In Texas, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I measured this out. This is grape juice, okay? But it's 5 ounces. Okay. Look how much goes in this glass. Okay, how many people here would be happy if somebody poured you that amount of wine? You know, I mean,
you're like, where's the rest of it? I'm paying you half price.
That's it.
Okay, so a lot of us are doing things that are robbing our bones of calcium, and then we're going to pay for it on the back end. So, like you said, the symptoms, really by the time you start noticing symptoms, you're in full-blown osteoporosis.
Exactly, and you know, one of them that's really scary to me is that they can walk off a curb, just step off a curb and have a stress fracture. And you know, there's people that will cook all day in the kitchen, and they're in their 50s, and their foot will be hurting the next day, and they have a stress fracture.
Yeah, so bone pain or tenderness is one of the symptoms.
Definitely.
Fractures, like you were saying, the hard part with the fractures is sometimes you know something's hurting, but you're not going to go in to the doctor and say, hey, and so when you keep walking on it or using that bone, it just causes things to get worse. And then the stooping posture.
Yes, the stooping posture and the hump, but the key is, I mean, when you're younger, you build your bone mass as a woman between the age of 20 to 24.
Okay.
Men, 1 in 12 men get it. So a lot of people think men do not get osteoporosis, but they can.
Yeah, just not as much, and a lot of it has to do with our hormonal shifts that we take as well.
Hormonal shifts and also weight-bearing exercises, because if you think about it, if you put stress on something, it causes your body to stimulate other cells to build bones. So you want to basically have your house be made out of popsicle sticks, not toothpicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so prevention would include exercise.
Weight-bearing exercise,
okay.
Yes.
All right, the other is nutrition and supplements.
Yes, because you need calcium, you need vitamin D for proper absorption for those cells in your bones to build the bones.
Okay, if you think something might be wrong, what is the diagnosis, and around what age do we start checking on something like that?
Well, it depends on if you've had any disease states that put you at risk. So that's why you need to talk to your doctor
to see
about
what age
that,
to do
because any of the endocrine disease like thyroid, parathyroid, diabetes, Cushing's, lupus, all of those, rheumatoid arthritis, if you've been on steroids, if you've been on, like we were talking about, the Prilosec, those increase your risk. So go to your doctor, tell them everything, and they'll start screening. A lot of times, they'll start screening in the 40s, 35s, because a lot of people are, and some ladies are lucky, they don't have to do it till they reach menopause.
Yeah, so you can get a bone scan, very
yes,
simple
definitely
to
a bone
do.
scan.
And the treatment usually is?
It depends on the severity of it.
Right.
Sometimes the doctors will just prescribe the supplements and the exercise, and then sometimes we have to step it up and go with these different medications, and there's different categories of medications that work differently depending on what stage your osteoporosis is in, and so your doctor will decide on that.
All right, Gina, thank you very much. Well, I'll also let you know, HEB Pharmacy wants to make sure you know about the Platinum Rewards program. You can get tremendous savings on medications. For example, a 30-day supply of osteoporosis medication can be just $7.50.
$7.50.
That's amazing. And a 90-day supply is $22.50. There's a one-time $5 enrollment fee. So to find out about the Platinum Rewards program or to find an HEB pharmacy near you, go to heb.com and click the pharmacy link button right after the break. A new breakthrough in detecting breast cancer. These images can identify cancer even when traditional mammography sees nothing.